Hi, I'm Andy from Target Transfers, the UK's leading manufacturer of heat transfer vinyl and heat presses. Today, I'm going to be explaining to you how you can be making major revenue from heat printing for event shirts for local pubs and bars. So thank you to everyone that's joining us today. If you would like to ask any questions as we go along about anything to do with heat printing, please feel free to interrupt me. I'm more than happy to answer any questions related to anything to do with heat printing. But today I'm mostly going to be talking about how to print shirts for local pubs and bars. And in particular, at the moment, I'm talking about St. Patrick's Day. So for example, you could be making at least £2,000 revenue from businesses within walking distance of your print shop this St. Patrick's Day. This year, St. Patrick's Day falls on a Friday, which is going to make it particularly popular amongst pub goers. And it also happens to be the Six Nations Grand Finale on the Saturday. So for those not into rugby, this means it's a great thing for all your heat printers because there's going to be 3 games on back to back. So the pub's going to be packed, making a very important long St. Patrick's Day weekend. And that means it's a real opportunity. So don't miss out on this opportunity. And I'm going to show you how exactly to make profit from this and how it's a really worthwhile investment to get going for your business. So I'm going to show you how to make St. Patrick's Day t-shirts. They're really, really super simple to do. Any of you can get started doing it. It's going to be really, really easy. So if you have any questions about this, don't worry. I'm more than happy to help. It's going to be really, really easy. So hello to all of our new followers that I met at Printwear Promotion. The weekend just gone. It's really nice to see so many of you joining us live already. But so let's get stuck into how we can do this. So I'm going to run through how to source local business in your area. Then I'm going to show you how to design and create St. Patrick's Day t-shirts. There's going to be no weeding. It's going to be super, super easy. And it's going to be very cost effective. And for those of you that have never offered event t-shirts before, don't worry. I'm going to show you just how easy it is to do. And the great thing about this as a revenue stream for your business is that you can repeat this month after month after month. And you'll get getting that revenue in. So one of the questions I'm sure that many of you are thinking is, what is the revenue opportunity for something like St. Patrick's Day? To give you an idea of just how big this market is, there's over 470,000 people in the UK that identify with Irish nationality. That's a big target audience, a really, really big target audience. There's plenty of people that are going to be looking for St. Patrick's Day themed celebration and merchandise this March. So it's a really, really big opportunity, and it's something that all of you could capitalize. But how does this involve your heat printed t-shirt business? Well, the answer is there's nearly 40,000 pubs in the UK, and all of those pubs should be hosting a St. Patrick's themed weekend this year. So just to remind you, for anyone that's joining us late, St. Patrick's Day falls on Friday, the 17th of March, for anyone that's unsure. And on this Saturday, the 18th of the month, there's also a big Six Nations weekend, so it's going to be a double pub day, and it means that your clients can need twice as many t-shirts at least. So what does that mean in real terms to you? And the easiest way to try and figure that one out is to just Google it really quickly. So we do have a fantastic blog on our website, targettransfers.com, when we show you just how to look at the search and what that means from a visual aid. But just to give you an idea, so I'm at the Target Transfers HQ here in Braintree, and within walking distance, so sort of 10, 15 minutes walk of the Innovation Centre here, I can get to 17 local pubs. That's just by walking. That's not even getting in the car. That's really not trying to find establishments that could be done. And that's not even including some of the other places that will be looking to get St. Patrick's Day merchandise. So purely from the Heat Printing Innovation Centre in Braintree, that's 17 pubs. That's just the ones I can walk to. Braintree is not even a particularly big town. So there'll be lots of you that are watching along with me that will live in much bigger cities. Imagine if you live in London. Imagine how much bigger that opportunity would be, or even if you just live in Chelmsford or Colchester locally here, anywhere in the UK where there's a town or a city, there's going to be way more pubs than you ever could realize that you could walk to. So the first step is just to go onto Google Maps, just have your current location, and just go onto the setting that's nearby and just put pubs in, and you'll be staggered at just how many there is that you can walk to. But what does this mean as an opportunity? Let's just use my example here. So these are the pubs that I can walk to. There's 17 pubs. And let's say on average, each pub has 6 members of staff that could be working on each of those days. So perhaps a day shift and an evening shift. There's going to be many of those pubs that have, say, 10, 15 people, and there could be some that only have 2 or 3. But I'm going to show you how to maximize the opportunity across all of these pubs. It's better to think of them as a collective rather than just concentrate on, like, well, that pub only wants 6 t-shirts. I'm going to show you how to maximize it across all of those. And that's where you're really going to make that revenue. So let's say there's 17 pubs within walking distance of me. Each has 6 members of staff. So Patrick's Day is a 2-day event. That's 204 shirts within walking distance of the Innovation Centre here. This is a really, really easy win for all of you, just without having to even get in the car. That's 204 shirts. That's 17 pubs, 6 members of staff, 2 days, 1 shirt for each day. That's 204 shirts. If you were just to charge £10 per shirt, so you're not even charging a lot for these shirts, these businesses, that's £2,040 in revenue. Or if you were to charge £12 per shirt, I would encourage you to try and get as much out of this as you possibly can. That's going to be £2,448 without having to do much effort, without even having to get in the car. I could walk to 17 places and I could get £2,448 spread across those jobs. That's just being conservative. I know a lot of you will live in bigger places, and places will even have more than 2 days. In fact, a lot of these places should be talking about St. Patrick's Day this weekend and the following weekend, wearing those St. Patrick's Day shirts to get their customers ready. In fact, on my way into I'd already written this presentation and I'd just stuck to 2 days. But on my drive in this morning, I even saw another pub, which is local to me, which was doing things on the 15th of March. They wanted to capitalize on it even further because they knew they've got the Six Nations Day, they've got St. Patrick's Day normally, and it's a Friday. But they also want to make sure they make that opportunity for selling food to their customers. So they're having a big St. Patrick's Day dinner on the 15th of March. So this is really, really a big opportunity. That's 3 days for that pub. And like I say, it could be a couple more for the weekend before. So I'm just being conservative with the numbers here. 6 members of staff, 2 days, and you get a revenue of £2,448. So this is a really, really easy one to get hold of. And the prints don't have to be complicated. Like I showed you here, this is just an easy mock-up. So I'll just give you another look at that. We did this on Canva. That's how easy it is. We didn't even have to get Illustrator or Photoshop open to do this job today. Because it's going to be worn for a couple of times, it doesn't have to be overcomplicated. Each and every single one of you watching should be contacting your local pubs, bars, sports teams with their own pavilions, pool and snooker halls, Rotary clubs. There's so many places that will be open for that weekend, that will be having Guinness on tap, that will be serving something to do with St. Patrick's Day weekend. If you've never done any heat printing before, if you're new to us because you met us at the show this past weekend, I'll show you just how easy it is. It's really, really simple. Absolutely anyone can do it. So how do you get St. Patrick's Day t-shirt? This is really, really simple. So I've got just a plain black t-shirt, which is going to look best for your St. Patrick's Day because it's going to have mostly green text. Maybe there's going to be some beer logos, or you're going to try and perhaps do like an outline or something like a Guinness. Really, really simple. So this t-shirt, I just checked this morning on Ralawise, is available £3.86 at most. So already really, really nice and cheap. All you need to do to fuse a St. Patrick's Day t-shirt is get your heat press. So I'm going to be using the Hotronics Max press today. So this is the entry-level Hotronics machine. It's really, really super easy to use. It has perfectly accurate heat. So no matter where your St. Patrick's Day design is going to go on in here, it's going to get perfect heat because it's got a lifetime warranty. Its heating element is so accurate. All you need to do is turn it on. Set your temperature to either 120 or 145 because we're going to be doing full color for St. Patrick's Day. So it's either going to be UltraColour or UltraColour Max. Set your timer. So first we'll give it a little pre-press. 2 or 3 seconds. It gets that t-shirt nice and flat and smooth. Really, really nice and easy to use. Then I'm going to get my transfer. So I just had a special delivery. Transfers turn up from Target Transfers. Don't forget, if you're using UltraColour Max or ordering UltraColour Max, you can now order this by midnight and it'll ship the next day. So I've got my direct-to-film heat transfer here. Just give you a quick look at that. And these are really, really easy to use. You pre-press your garment. Now you just need to place your St. Patrick's Day design on. Just get this nice and centered. Fuse it for 12 seconds. That's all it takes. And because it's a direct-to-film from Target Transfers, this is going to peel hot. So it's really, really easy, really, really nice and quick work here. You can get through all of these garments really, really nice and quickly. That 204 t-shirts. So remember, it's 17 pubs, 6 members of the staff, 2-day weekend, and that's 204 shirts. And if you're charging £12 for these, you can get £2,448 in revenue. So just like that, I've fused one. Really, really nice and easy. And what I have done here is I've got St. Patrick's Day on the top. I've got some beers on it. I've even put a little customization at the bottom there. So I've got the company logo. And then I've also got Target Transfers Tavern.
Hi, Andy. So we have had a couple of questions come in on Instagram for you regarding the transfers.
Let's go for it.
Somebody has asked why you've got the personalization options on the bottom and how can they create those?
Okay, so this is an important part. I'm going to get into how to best price your garment. So obviously, if you're going to be charging £12 and you want that £2,048 revenue, you also really want to make that profit margin work for you as well. So as I discussed earlier, the t-shirt in particular I've used here is just a Bella Canvas black t-shirt. Was £3.86 when I checked this morning. But really, you want to maximize that revenue. And the best way to maximize the revenue for something like St. Patrick's Day, and remember, you want to repeat this month after month. So it's after St. Patrick's Day, it's not long until St. George's Day. And it's going to be other events throughout the year. So at least once a month, these pubs are going to need some sort of promo item. But the best way for you is to try and sort of standardize the design here. So the way that we have done this, and the ways that I'd recommend doing this, is say you've got those 17 pubs, is to try and standardize your St. Patrick's Day design. So ignore this part now. Pretend that this is your main design that's going to go on the front of the t-shirt. So if you can get all of your 17 pubs or 20 pubs or 50 pubs, depending on how far your network's going to be, to have the same front design or something similar to that. So it means you can standardize your design, and that way you can be able to get a better price for your transfer by spreading that cost across our price points. And then on the bottom here, what I would do is I would, separate to this, I would get an UltraColour Max gang sheet, 55 by 55 centimeters, and then I would put all of their logos separately. So when I came to fusing the main design, I would get the best value UltraColour design, then I would pair it with the pub name or the employee name or something that is very specific to that location. So they're not all going to get exactly the same t-shirt. It's all going to be personalized to them, but your profit margin is still going to be very much intact, allowing you to get an even better price for your garment. So that way you could bring the price of your transfer down to, say, £1, £1.50. Your all-in price is going to be something like £5, £5.50. And if you sell it for £12, you're going to get between sort of £6 and £7 profit per item, which is going to make it really, really good, a really, really nice and easy win for you, because that means you can get half or over half that £2,448 in revenue can be profitable for you. So you could get £1,200 recurring revenue each month if you days of the pub doing a good job and repeating that. So it's a really, really important thing to remember here. And I'm going to show you on EasyView just how easy to do that in a moment as well.
We have had a follow-up question while you've got a second, Andy.
Okay.
Somebody has asked what the difference between UltraColour and UltraColour Max is.
Okay, it's a good question. What the difference between UltraColour and UltraColour Max is. So UltraColour is the product you want when you want to really scale what you're doing. So if you're going to be ordering volume, and if you're going to be ordering enough transfers for 204 t-shirts, then you should be using UltraColour, because the price breaks come a lot quicker and they come a lot more profitable for you as a business. So that way you can bring your price per product down, you can really maximize profit that way. That UltraColour Max is great for if you're doing short runs, so units of 10 or less. That's when we recommend using the UltraColour Max direct film option. When it's just short runs, you might be doing 2 or 3 of something. So in this instance, say one pub asks you for 20 t-shirts, one pub asks you for only 3. This way you could do 3 logos of one, 10 of the other, gang them up together and get a really great price point that way. Okay, so I'm just going to head over to, so anyone that's on Instagram, I would encourage you to come and join us Facebook, LinkedIn, on YouTube, because I'm going to do a bit of a screen share now. I'm going to show you how easy it is to make profit by using transfers to leverage the product that we can provide you. And remember, this is available to ship next day if you order by midnight for our direct film option. Everything else is only 2 days anyway. So it's the fastest turnaround in the UK. And it means if someone comes to you on, say, March 13th, and you're like, how am I going to fulfill this job? Don't worry, we've got you covered. So even if they come back to you last minute, it's okay. But I would encourage all of you to contact your pubs, bars, clubs, social clubs today, because you need to get the ball rolling and get those jobs in so you can get them printed early and out to that customer. So if you're on Instagram, I'm going to finish there, and I'm going to head over to YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, because I'm going to show you how to walk through how to order those transfers properly. Okay, so for everyone that is still with me on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, I'm just going to share my screen with you. So you'll see here that I am on the Target Transfers Easy View website, and this is the best place for ordering heat transfers of single color, full color, and direct to film. These have the quickest turnaround in the UK, and they have the best quality, the best vibrancy. And for anyone that didn't attend the show at the weekend, we actually have increased our wash length on these as well. So you can actually get 75 plus washes out of these. So it's really the longest lasting heat transfer anywhere in the UK, and at the lowest fuse temperature. So in this instance, we're talking full color. You want to go full color for St. Patrick's Day. So I'm going to be using UltraColour, because I want to scale that main part of the transfer. So as I discussed earlier, you really want to try and standardize that design to get the best profits. So I'm going to stick to the example of the pubs that are in the local vicinity for here at the Target Transfers HQ in Braintree, just to kind of illustrate the point for you. So really easy, add your design. I'm going to go A3 gang sheet here. Then I'm going to find my St. Patrick's Day design. So select that design. But I want to maximize what I'm doing here. So you've got a couple of options. You could try and get 4 in. I think it'll look better as a larger print, but just to kind of show you both, we'll just go with the larger one first. Because this is more of a portrait style design, I'll go flip it on its side. Just remember that we always tell you if you've gone too big, using up too much space. So for instance, if that goes over the side there, we'll tell you it's cropped, and you're going to get something cut off there. Let's try and maximize that print. This layout is yours to do as you wish with. So I've got one on there. Let's copy that. And let's paste that down there. So let's make sure we've got 2 designs, got enough room between them both. So even if we're ordering the minimum order here, so even let's say this is the first time you've been speaking to your customers about this, they're not quite ready to have this discussion with you, but they kind of, you get the ball rolling. It might be you get this for St. George's Day, or they just do a trial run with St. Patrick's Day stuff just to see how it works out for them. So even at the minimum order, which is 10, so in this instance, because you've got 2 lined up here, that means you've got 20 transfers, means you can only be paying £3 per transfer. So combine that with the £3.86 t-shirt that we've already discussed, and that's the most you're going to pay for that t-shirt. That's the starting point. It's probably going to be a lot cheaper if you've already got an account with Ralawise. So let's go with the kind of the most expensive it could be. It's going to be £6.86 that way. And then if you could sell it for £12, you've got about £5 profit per t-shirt. And if you can sell 200 of those, you've got a nice tidy profit for not much work there. So, but I'm going to be going on the example of how many there are I need to actually sell within a walking distance to me. And like I said, this is conservative. Many of you have much bigger catchment areas, and you can really take this to another level if you keep following these principles. But let's just say I need 102 to make those 204 t-shirts. So by ordering 102 of the same design, so standardizing this part of the design across everything, I managed to bring my average price per transfer down to £1.50.5. So that means that the total buy-in at that point is only £5.30 per t-shirt. So if you can sell for £12 a t-shirt, which is not a lot, and if you remember you're only selling at sort of 6 or 12 at a time, it's a really small investment for that business. It's not going to be, they're not going to mind paying that sort of money for it, but you could be making close to £7 profit per t-shirt at that price. So that's what's really, really simple. And if you can get an even bigger order, say you're working somewhere sort of in there with a bigger town or a city, you can bring that price down again even further. So if you say you had to order 200 transfers to do 400 t-shirts, you're only going to be paying £2.48 or £1.24 per transfer. So that's almost exactly on £5 there. So it's really, really keen pricing. I'm going to stick to the example of 17 pubs, 6 members of staff across 2 days. So I'm going to standardize this part of the print. That way I can get £307 for all of my main transfers. So I'm just going to add that to my basket. And then I'm going to carry on designing. So what I'm going to do now is going to go back to the beginning. And here's when I'm going to add the personalization part. So this is how you standardize the main design and then personalize with the rest of it. So what I'm going to do is order UltraColour Max. Remember, minimum here is only 1. And I would order one of the jumbo sheets and fill it with all of the logos for all of the pubs, clubs, sports teams that you're going to be doing designs for here. So the way I would do this is I'd go and find a design for a particular pub. So let's say the Target Transfers Tavern is asked for 10. It's going to be like either a left chest or a sleeve. So we've gone, let's go a little bit bigger. So let's say 7.5, 7.8. They're just going to have a little something on the sleeve or something next to the design just above it. Really, really nice and easy. Remember, you don't want to be making too much work for yourself, but it's still going to be personalized to them. So let's say they want 6 of these. So let's put 6 of them. Let's put them all next to each other so they're nice and easy for us later on. So then you can just find all of those 6 and make your life really easy. But then you might have another establishment. They're like, we want 6 as well. So in that instance, you find their logo. So let's just use this Target logo for now. Make it a little bit bigger again. And then you can go, okay, copy that one. And then you can line those ones up as well. So this UltraColour Max Jumbo sheet is only £29. And already I've put 12 transfers on here and I've not even got close to filling it up. So you've got 2 establishments there, £29, you've got 12 more transfers to add on to the tops here. So let's add a few more on. Let's see what else we've got we could add. So add this logo on here. So again, you can have multicolor, you can have gradients and tones, as many colors as you want on any of our UltraColour products. And just keep adding them up. So let's say they want 6. So again, you can get lots and lots of designs. So now we're up to 18. And you can see I'm barely used half of the transfer sheet here. So if I'm clever, I can get just about everything done onto one jumbo sheet. So we look at, remember, it's £307 before. And if I just add another £29, you've got £340 all in for your material cost to make £2,448 worth of t-shirts across 200 t-shirts. So we've got 18 here already. Maybe you might go across 2 gang sheets. So I'm just going to select all. And then we can just keep adding more and more here. And you can fill up this whole gang sheet. So I reckon you're probably looking at maybe 2 gang sheets at absolute most. So let's say, let's put two as the quantity in here. You filled it up. You can easily get 204 designs across 2 gang sheets. That means your all-in price it's going to be £365 to do all of the transfers for 204 t-shirts, which we know we can get a revenue of £2,448, or about £7 profit per t-shirt if you're doing 204 t-shirts. So while I'm still got the easy view open, has anyone got any questions about the math that we've applied here? If you want to see anything in particular, or if there's anything questions you've got about how you might pitch this to pubs.
We did have a question come in, Andy. While you've been using the upload feature, somebody asked if it was possible to actually create things within EasyView.
Okay, yep, that's absolutely fine. Yep, so we have lots of stuff preloaded anyway. It's a great question. So for instance, if you wanted to use one of our stock designs, just click on stock designs here. We should have some food and drink ones in there already. So there's ones that you can already try for yourself, or if you just want to use like a nice shield and shape logo, or we've got some nice sports ones in here, which you could very easily turn into something for St. Patrick's Day if you wanted to. Really, really easy to do. Let's see if we've got anything that would work nicely for this one. Let's try. Let's see. I don't think okay, so one of these might work. Trying to find one without a football on you for you. We could do a few more rugby ones on here. Let's try shields and shapes then. So you could very easily just make one of these for yourself. Just add a particular design and just kind of start to put things like St. Patrick's Day on there, or use one of the beverage ideas. There's so many different things on here that you could turn into something that would work for you for St. Patrick's Day. Or if you wanted to just to go on to Canva yourself. So I think one of my colleagues mocked this up on Canva, and there's some really great things on there already. And this is either free or low cost design platform to do your designs on anyway. And this way, with UltraColour Max as well, you could just get a couple of these done on those gang sheets, take them around all the pubs to this weekend. So let's say you go and see the pubs. You order by midnight today. It'll be shipped to you on Monday, with you on Tuesday, or if you're local to here, you could collect on Monday. So you get the design on Tuesday, you print it straight away, peel it hot. It's really nice and easy. Then I would go to all of the pubs that evening on Tuesday, take this with you and say, what do you think of this? How many would you like for St. Patrick's Day this year? And it kind of really enthuse them about how it's going to really have a good atmosphere. It's going to get everyone in the mood by saying everyone wearing St. Patrick's Day t-shirts and really making a thing about it. They'll get a nice buy-in from their customers. They'll have a nice environment. They like to get more revenue if people are having a good time. So it's a really, really easy win because, like I said, there's so many pubs, restaurants, clubs, pool halls, sports teams that might be hosting their own events in their pavilion or clubhouses. There's so many opportunities just within walking distance of you. Like I said, there's 17 from Target HQ, and this is not a big town, Braintree. Some of you will have a really big opportunity to really maximize on this. Okay, so have we got any more questions?
I think that's everything for today, Andy.
Okay, well, thank you very much for everyone that joined in today. I appreciate you joining it. I hope that some of you will take this call to action and get some transfers in today so you can get them back early next week and really make the most of this opportunity. Just to remind you that this is a really great opportunity to start printing events and show t-shirts, because it can be a really great recurring revenue. Like I say, St. Patrick's Day is just around the corner. You've got Mother's Day a couple of days after that as well, so you could maybe do a package deal with the particular pub restaurant. Say, do you want St. Patrick's Day for Friday and Saturday, Mother's Day for the Sunday, and then you can start getting into conversation for St. George's Day and everything else that's going to be coming up in the summer. Any other sporting events, FA Cup final, Champions League final, last day of the Premiership. It could be anything. And because the low cost to the customer is only going to be like £12, and the low cost to yourself to make them is only about £5, £5.50, it means it's a win-win for all involved. It's been our St. Patrick's Day event. Thank you very much to everyone that joined us. I really appreciate that. If you've got any questions after today, you're watching it on delay, just send us a message on either Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever works for you. Thank you very much.